Well, let's get that piece out. Oh, a little bit of massaging, zap it in, we should be in good shape. Whew. Slowly getting there. Well, about 1,000 friggin' degrees in here at the moment. Sweating. How's it look underneath? Oh. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got a couple little holes I need to patch up, and a bit of slag, bit of wire coming through where she was a bit hot and burnt through, but not too bad. Oh Jesus! Oh, I'm cooking. Been outside raking leaves as well due to, well, just a bit of tidy up, but all those fires kicking about, all the dead leaves. I thought a bit of preventative maintenance by raking all them up and getting rid of them. I think I built 2 massive boxes, probably, I don't know, I said about 5 feet by 4 feet by 3 feet, two boxes that big. I think probably a good rule of thumb to go by with the amount of trees in your yard is, if you got to rake leaves, you got too many trees. I think that's going to be a good thing to go by for now. But anyway, done. Well, we'll blow that off and then spray a bit of etch primer on it so she doesn't rust, but yeah, one down. Now to do this, do that bit, just cut a bit of sheet metal and patch in there. Ready? You want to lift? You gonna jump on hand again? Daddy can't do it. You give you a hand? Don't know if I got it on camera or not, but welded a little patch in there. So now I'll go through with the die grinder and just touch up those welds, and then I'll repeat the process on the other side. And then once that's done, that's basically the inner door structure done. So I'll get the latches off that sedan I cut up, swing a door again after I run the tap through them just to get any paint out of the threads, and just spend some actual proper time, because the last time I put the doors on we only just sort of quickly threw them on there just to check. But now I'll put them on and actually try and spend some time lining them up and seeing how good they actually do line up. Righto. I'll sit that there like that. Righto, so just going through and running the tap through all these. They're all pretty good, it's just pulling that bit of paint and crap out of them. Anyway, I'll finish this off and then we'll head over there and grab the doors and wrestle them over here. Well, there we go, that's all them run through. See if I can get one to start here. Oh, look at that. Mint. Get them all. Yep. And I didn't put it in the drill and run through them all because it was quicker, because I don't condone that kind of behaviour. Done. Now, let's see if we can't dig these doors out. There's one. Actually, I might put this over here, so righto, so for now I'll dig the bolts out, give them a wire buff. Yeah, and then that bugger's a little stiff. Oh crikey, there we go. Might give that a little bit of loving, and yeah, we'll swing them. Boom. The guys at all the 4x4 parts at Minden there come through again, Fester and the guys. Hooked me up with this 4J for a great deal. So we'll get this thing stripped down, get all the wires off it. It's not dangling in the way. Mock it up in there, see how it goes with the mounts. This one's got a turbo on it, like remember the other one that I borrowed didn't have the turbo. So now this one's got the turbo on it. We'll be able to sit it in and see how much clearance we got for the steering and off the back of the turbo for the wiper motor and everything. Yeah, so for now I'll just tighten it up. This is just one of their parts motors they had sitting around, so this is not a representation of the motors they sell. All their stuff is good. This is just one of their parts ones, so we'll just clean it all up a bit, get it sitting in there and see how she all looks. So, obviously there's going to be, actually how centre are we looking? I can probably go that way just a touch. That looks roughly about it. Anyway, hopefully that camera's footage is cleared up there, but I'm not going to put my hand down in there. But you can see this engine mount and that engine mount couldn't be any better really. So that one should be pretty easy to make a mount for. Plenty of clearance at the back there. So the motor could probably even come back a little bit depending on other factors, gear shifter position, how bulky that wiper motor is going to poke out there. Steering, yeah, not so much. Basically, that's going to be right in the way, but that shouldn't be too hard. Just making your dump pipe that sort of, instead of coming down like that, comes over towards the gearbox a bit more. This engine mount will be a little bit more difficult. As you can see, it's 50 to 75 mil, 2 to 3 inches towards the back. But moving those engine posts back 50 mil on the frame when I had the subframe, when I had it made, the cross member I mean, did give more clearance here. Well, that's the engine coolant pipe, so theoretically you could just clearance that with a clearancing tool and make a little bit, because you know that little bit of restriction won't make bugger all just by clearancing it a bit. But that's definitely a lot better than when it was over here, right in the way. Last time I mocked the motor up, I had to take that pipe out altogether. But by leaving it there, I'm hoping I can keep all factory stuff on the engine. I think the radiator in the ute will be too high to transplant straight over into the car. How are we looking for clearance underneath? Yeah, the sump hangs down a little, but this ain't no off-road friggin' race car, so here's what it is. It's probably going to be about that high anyway. Oh no, it will come down a little bit. Probably come down about, ooh, I don't even know, 3 inches. So what will 3 inches do? Ooh, 3 inches will be a little ugly. Oh, might have to just raise the engine a little bit, which it probably should do anyway. As you can see, that front tab there is close to that rack. How are we looking inside here? Yeah, the motor, yeah, about there anyway. Yes. Righto. I don't know if have I showed this yet? Probably not, but you can see that gap, not too bad. The corner of this door's folded over. I'll have to peel out again. And I haven't tried yeah, so I've just put some strikers in there at the moment. I haven't put the latch in the door. I'm hoping the sedan latch and handle is the same. Can't imagine why they'd change it. It's just an extra expense Holden would have had to make. I'm thinking the little link bars, they might be different, but I don't know. We'll soon see, I guess. I got the 2 front doors off the yellow car up in the little gazebo thing near the house, so I'll go drag them down shortly. What's the time? I've got some messages. 20 past 3. Well, I've got to go pick up the little fella from daycare and run him up with him for a while. That'll be enough on this for the time being. But motor, still a go. Can't wait. Whoop. There we go. Yeah, she's running. Yeah, so we've got that panel done. We cleaned these areas up a bit. Done those inner door jams on both sides. This side was done ages ago. So I might give her a scrub down and hit it with a bit of black just to go over it again. Just with the GMH black matte lacquer. Yeah, so wipe it all down, we'll turn the fan off, sweep all the floor, get it half clean and give her a crack. I also went around and painted the seam sealer around where where some of the joins are. It's just that one. Yeah, just brushable seam sealer. Pretty good stuff. I actually like using it. Yeah, so anyway, actually better see if how good my gun is. Might have to get another one of those. It's getting a bit, how you going from spraying all different sorts of stuff through it. But I guess we'll find out here in a sec. Voila! She's had just one coat just flipped over it to put it all as one sort of colour. Yeah, so just in the door jamb there. I've set a tail light in it just to see how she'll be. It's not too bad. I'm not sure. Do they use a gasket or it's like a silicone to seal up? It looks like some sort of silicone. Yeah, but slowly. In there as well. See, my young fella helped paint too. He had some green. Interesting, but anyway, we'll leave it there. I got the old fencing pliers and peeled that corner back out. You know, fencing pliers must have in any bodyman's toolbox, I'd say. Or not, might be just mine. But probably the all-round greatest tool somebody could have. Fencing pliers. And you get good leverage on it, hammer, just everything, all in one. So this banger here will be next video. We'll try and make some mounts up, get that all sorted. I've got to find someone who makes a shaft that'll go from this factory steering column down to the you see it down there, the rack. And I sold my Patrol, so that's freed up some cash to potentially go get the donor vehicle and be able to start. I'll just see my mate Jono and see if he's finished with it or what he's got plans for it, but get it here, then I can sit it side by side and go, okay, so power steering, it's going to sit there, computer going to sit here, battery, and just, you know, place it all out, and so we can start seeing how everything's going to go. Yeah. So bodywork wise, what we've still got to do is trans tunnel. I'll need a trans to figure out what I'm going to do there. And if we can see through there, that boot, in the boot there where the fuel tank goes, all that, that whole section along there. What I'm thinking about doing there is I'll cut that out, bolt the fuel tank up in there, get my patch panel, because I think it might have these threaded bits in it, I think. Let's take a look here. My plan might change depending on this. Yeah, so it's got the threaded bits there. So I'll rather than doing the whole floor, because I looked at that and that looks like a shit job. Because of all the rivets. I've seen people just put bolts back in there, but yeah, it will yeah, no, that's a shit job. I'm just gonna cut it straight across there. Yes, it'll be up, along, and then along. Won't be fun, but yeah, so that, and just trim this off and just make a piece just sit in there. And I think that might be it. Oh, we've got a dash top to put in. Yeah, so, oh well, it's that time again, so we're getting close to that time. There she is. Voila.